Initiate Vigilante.
Welcome back, everyone, into Vigilante Mode Reviews. Here we are today to talk about a Shane Black film called The Nice Guys. It's a summer release, but this is a movie that probably should have been, or could have been, released like in maybe in Oscar season. I don't think this movie is gonna win or probably even should be nominated for any Oscars, but this is a quality movie. The Nice Guys stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, and it's directed by Shane Black. Now, some of you might recognize the name, some of you might not. Shane Black is a writer and a director. He's written a lot of kind of like 90s action movies, including Lethal Weapon, The Last Boy Scout. I think he wrote The Long Kiss Goodnight, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's also directed several films. He directed Predator, or he might have written that, and he also, more recently, directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is a very sort of cult hit movie. Didn't really do anything in theaters and box office wise, but it had a really great life on video and on on-demand services. He also recently directed Iron Man 3. That kind of gives you a sense of what type of movies he does. He sort of makes these buddy action movies, but also has this kind of like neo-noir sensibility to him, which is one of my favorite genres. There's Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. This one's more of like an enforcer type guy, you know, who just like beats up people for a living. And the other guy is Ryan Gosling, who's more of like a bumbling, kind of screw-up private detective. The plot of the movie, more or less, is that there is a porn star who has recently been murdered, and then amidst that, another young girl who's getting confused for that young woman is also missing, and Kim Basinger, who it's really lovely to see her to return to movies, sort of charges these dudes with finding her daughter. In the movie, there's also a young girl, I don't know her name, I'm going to put her name right here, who plays Ryan Gosling's daughter, who is a very precocious young girl who's also got like a knack for solving mysteries and whatnot, and not in a cheesy way. This kid actor handled her role very well, and she was one of the highlights of the movie. There was a lot to like in this film. It was really beautifully directed, beautifully shot. It's a period piece set in the 1970s, 1977 to be specific. It certainly involves a lot of kind of that seedy pornography world that was kind of starting to have an upheaval in that time period. If you've seen Boogie Nights, I think you'll get what I mean. There's some really hilarious moments. It's like a dark comedy action mystery film, and if you've seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, this is very much a blood relative to that movie. I think this movie is even more crisp and clear and concise than Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang I could see being like a very acquired taste for people, but this movie seems to have a little bit more of a broad appeal. It really does deal with kind of family drama. These two guys kind of figuring out how to accept their role in their kind of professional careers, but also sort of transcend them and redeem themselves for some of their past mistakes. This is another one of those movies, I mean, like I've said, the last several movies I've seen have all been pretty solid, so it's really hard to find anything I didn't like about this movie. Maybe the one thing I didn't think was so clear was the relationship between the young girl who was missing and the porn star. There was just a little bit of, maybe I need to see it again to kind of clear it up in my brain. I just didn't really understand what that relationship was. Could have gone for a little bit more Kim Basinger in the movie. I mean, she's such a great actress. It was really cool to see her and Russell Crowe sort of reunite on screen after LA Confidential, which is one of my favorite movies, aside from Star Wars, more specifically The Empire Strikes Back. LA Confidential, I'm gonna have to say, is my second favorite movie. There's something about that film that I just really love, and maybe I'll do a review on that one. It was really awesome to see them back on screen together. The standout performances. Now, Russell Crowe was great. He's always great. Has he ever really phoned in a performance? But Ryan Gosling killed it. He was amazing in the film. I've never really seen him play a character like this. He had such layers to this character. He is great with comedy, but he was also very great with some of the physicality. He had this sense of like kind of like the bumbling detective, but also surprisingly clever and smart and could figure things out. He also played a father, a guy who really is trying to make things up for his daughter for some of their past mistakes. So he was really, really outstanding in this movie. I was laughing. I was very engaged with it. There's some really great physical comedy and physical gags. And yes, it's a pretty violent movie, but it's rated R. So obviously, don't take a 5-year-old to this movie. I'm gonna give this movie an A. It was definitely a very well-written piece of work and a very challenging piece, I think, for Shane Black. And Shane Black is also trying to develop and revamp the Predator series, so this movie makes me even more excited to see what he might do with that. This is going to be sort of a vigilante mode weekend with a lot of content thrown at you. The spoiler discussion on Civil War is almost done. It's a bit of a longer movie. I'm going to really try to get it down to like 30 minutes or something like that. So if you're a hardcore nerd and you really love the film and you have seen it, then I think you would dig it. I'm okay if you don't agree with me or my panel on things. Just be respectful, guys, okay? Be respectful. I'm also going to do a quick movie news sort of recap for basically like news that's happened over the last like 2 weeks. That's it for The Nice Guys. Definitely go check this out in theaters if you have a chance. And one last thing, guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the kind wishes on, for me completing my master's degree at NYU in educational theater. It means like a ton that you guys gave me so much love on Facebook, and it's incredible. It feels really, really great to know that people out there have been so supportive, and I thank you very much, and God bless, and I promise that there will be really, really good things coming out of my studies there and in the world of education and creating art. It was the best part of the program, is that it's like the fusion of the two. Thank you again, and
Vigilante mode deactivated.
Talking about movies.